Hello, I'm Dennis, and for a long time, I mean since 1988, I've been doing my family tree. I started doing it with my mother. She was very much into genealogy, and she got me interested. When I started, I didn't know who my great grandfather was. I knew my grandfather, but I knew of him. I never knew him because he died before I was born. So what I'm looking at here is ahead of me is, geez, I don't know who my great grandfather was or my great great or anything like that. And here it is, 2021, and I'm back 12 generations here in North America. My family came here in 1701. They left England for what was then Holland, and they left because of some political and religious complications. So anyway, they left from Rotterdam for Virginia, and I landed in Virginia in 1701. My family, the Mosleys, stayed in Virginia for many years, and then when the Revolutionary War came around, they fought alongside the American Continental Army. My ancestors assisted the Continental Army with arms and with supplies, and for this, after the war, they were awarded bounty land. Bounty land was something given to those who helped out during the Revolutionary War because the country had no money. So they gave them land in the Tennessee. And for a man to get free land, that's all you had to say. So my ancestor, Asariah Mosley, packed up the family, including his dad, Drury, and packed them up onto an ox cart and took them over the Appalachian Mountains into the Tennessee. From where they were, they stayed there a few years, and then they moved on and they went into Kentucky and then back to Tennessee, and then finally they went over into southern Illinois and they settled there. It was my grandfather who took the family to Oklahoma. He went there, but they didn't like Oklahoma, and they came back to northern Arkansas. And from northern Arkansas, that's where my father couldn't find work, and so he took his family to Detroit and began work in the auto factories. Now this whole search depended upon my mother because she knew the most about the family. Both her maiden name was Green, her green side of the family, which is called the maternal side, and then she knew the most about the Mosley, my paternal side. So paternal and maternal sides we both researched. I also talked to my grandmother, and my grandmother, she wasn't really accurate on a lot of things, but she gave some good information, and she had a Bible, and I was able to glean things from there. Then my mother and I decided, well, let's try the census rolls down at the Burton Historical Collection down at the Detroit Main Library. The Detroit Main Library has that genealogical section in it called the Burton Historical Collection. And because of COVID, it's not really open now, I don't believe, but you can check for the dates that it might be open. And it's a valuable resource. I tried Ancestry.com, but you know what? Ancestry.com was so darn expensive, So I looked around, and then what the Mormons use is they use a thing called Family Search, and it's free. So I got on Family Search, and I found a lot of things that I was able to find census records. I was able to find all kinds of links to other relatives, and it was a very good resource. Then my friend Ron Rathman, recently in the last 5 years got me interested in WikiTree. And WikiTree is another free online service, and I really recommend it. So anyway, in doing your research, you must think about your tree. First of all, your mom and dad. Then, who was your dad's mom and dad? You're going to need their date of birth, their place of birth, and the correct spelling of their full name. You're going to need their date of death and their place of death and where they are buried. Same on your maternal side. You're going to need that for your mother's parents. Then take one step at a time, walking backward in, and you're going to find your great-grandfather, then you're going to find your great-great-grandfather, then your great-great-grandfather, and now it goes even back further with me. But it's a very interesting thing. Whenever you start your research, it's good to have what is called a family group sheet. They make them online, and you can get a picture of one, and I have one here that I can show you. And a family group sheet lists the husband, the wife, any of their previous husbands and wives, then all of their children. It's a really good thing to have, and you can get a printable one. I have one if you write me at my email address, and I'll put a link for that. But my email address, you send that, and I'll send you the copy of a PDF fillable family group sheet. And the family group sheets are really good. Okay. Now, the other thing is, when you fill out these group sheets, do it with your oldest living relative. Ask them questions, interview them. Just try your best to get every piece of information you can, because once you get online, they're going to be asking for all of that information. Who was this, and where were they born, where were they buried, all that kind of stuff. So you're going to need all of that. Whenever you decide that you've reached a point of no return, you can't get any further, take a break, step back, wait a couple months, then go back at it. And with a fresh mind and a fresh eye, sometimes you'll uncover a link that will lead you and open up a door to all kinds of other information on your family. So that's what I would recommend for everyone to do, is to use family group sheets and the free online services like WikiTree and Family Search by the Mormons. Those are really good. Whenever you get the time, if you can find a genealogical resource library like the Burton Historical Collection at Detroit Main Library, go ahead and do so. Those things are really great. So I wish you a lot of luck, and there is a lot of luck required. So good luck to you, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.